Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Man United have sniffed out a cracking replacement for Rashford, and now they're switching gears to nab a proper sharpshooter for the squad. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United eye £82.5 million star as the perfect fit to fill Rashford's boots. Manchester United reckon they've spotted the perfect chap to step into Marcus Rashford's boots, and it's none other than AC Milan's flashy winger, Rafael Leão. According to the folks at TDF, the Red Devils see the Portuguese star as the dream signing now that Rashford's Old Trafford days look numbered. Leão's got that X-factor alright, a proper game changer when he's on song, capable of turning a match on its head single-handedly. But here's the rub, he's as inconsistent as the British weather. One day, he's a 10 out of 10, strutting about like he owns the place, and the next he's a 5 out of 10, leaving you wondering if he's even turned up. For a United side already wobbling like a dodgy table at the local pub, they could do with someone a bit more steady than this Selekeo star. Then there's the gaffer, Ruben Amorim, whose system doesn't exactly roll out the red carpet for a natural winger like Leão. The 25-year-old thrives when he's got the wide open spaces to stretch his legs. Think of him bombing down the flank like a greyhound at the races. Shove him inside as a forward, though, and he might flounder faster than a tourist trying to navigate the tube. AC Milan aren't letting their man go cheap, mind you. They're slapping an £82.5 million price tag on him, which is enough to make your eyes water over a cuppa. For a club like United, who got a whole squad to patch up like an old banger needing a full MOT, splashing that kind of dosh on one bloke feels a tad reckless. They'd be better off spreading the cash around than punting it all on a single roll of the dice. Let's be honest, though, United's decision-making lately hasn't exactly been the stuff of legend. If they do stump up the cash for Leão, it could either be a masterstroke or another chapter in their book of transfer clangers. Manchester United's pursuit of Liam Delap heats up. The Red Devils have been busy tinkering with their squad as the winter transfer window drew to a close, much like a frantic last-minute dash for the final scones at a village fete. Their priciest catch was Patrick Dorgu, a Danish dynamo who swapped Lecce for Old Trafford in a £30 million deal that got fans buzzing. With new gaffer Ruben Amorim settling into the hot seat, he's already eyeing more firepower for his debut full season because, let's face it, United's attack has been about as lively as a rainy bank holiday Monday. In a surprising twist, Antony and Marcus Rashford were given the green light to pack their bags and seek fresh pastures. Rashford's loan switch to Aston Villa, complete with a £40 million option to buy, raised a few eyebrows, perhaps as many as a dodgy call from the VAR. Despite their exit, United's goal-scoring woes this term have been plain as day, and the powers that be at the Theatre of Dreams are keen to bolster their frontline before the next campaign kicks off. Now, whispers from the corridors of power suggest Manchester United are growing quietly confident about snaffling Ipswich Town's rising star, Liam Delap. The 22-year-old striker's a bit of a gem, and the club reckon he's a more realistic target than their top dog, Victor Osimhen, who's set to return to Napoli from Galatasaray come season's end. Behind closed doors, there's a nagging feeling at United that Delap could be the smarter bet. Give Me Sport sources reckon the Ipswich lad's within reach, while Osimhen's transfer saga feels like trying to nab the last seat on the tube during rush hour. The fear? If they dilly-dally too long, they might miss the boat entirely, especially with rival clubs circling like seagulls over a chippy. Ipswich, bless them, stood firm when Chelsea came knocking earlier this window. The Tractor Boys slapped a £50 million-plus price tag on their star man and told the Blues to jog on, determined to keep their talisman as they battled to avoid the dreaded drop back to the Championship. It's proper backs-to-the-wall stuff. Think Dunkirk spirit with a football twist. But here's the rub. Give Me Sport insiders say United are sweating buckets over the thought of chasing Osimhen only to see it all go pear-shaped. If Napoli play hardball and the deal flops, Delap might slip through their fingers too. Word is, Chelsea, those crafty West Londoners are poised to swoop in and nick him from under United's nose if the Red Devils don't get their act together sharpish. There's a flicker of hope, though. Delap, a 10-cap England under-21 star dubbed a monster by teammate Alex Palmer, might be up for grabs if Ipswich's Premier League adventure goes belly up. Relegation could force the Suffolk side to cash in, and United are banking on that possibility, like punters eyeing a long-shot bet at the Grand National. The Old Trafford faithful know the stakes are high. Holding off on Delap while chasing Osimhen is a gamble that could leave them empty-handed, a bit like skipping the pub quiz to watch a dodgy stream that cuts out at the crucial moment. Chelsea's interest only ramps up the pressure, with GMS sources hinting that the Blues have made Delap their top target too. So, as the transfer merry-go-round spins into the coming months, Manchester United face a classic British dilemma: stick or twist. Raiding Ipswich might be a dawdle compared to wrangling with Napoli, but only time will tell if Amorim's men can pull off a coup, or if they'll be left ruining what might have been, over a cuppa and a digestive. What do you reckon? Will Liam Delap fancy a move to Man United, and does he fit the bill for Ruben Amorim's style of play? Spill your thoughts in the comments below. Injury latest ahead of Man United's clash with Fulham. The Red Devils have been more of a damp squib than a roaring force this season, stumbling along under Ruben Amorim like a bloke lost in the fog on the moors. As they gear up to face Fulham, the injury list reads like a casualty report from a particularly brutal Sunday league scrap. Here's the early rundown on who's crooked and who might just hobble back in time. Best brew a strong cuppa for this one. First up, Lisandro Martinez is facing a lengthy spell on the sidelines after suffering a serious knee injury that has ruled him out for the season. The full extent of the damage is still being assessed, but it is clear that his recovery will take considerable time. A major setback for Manchester United's defense, his absence leaves a significant gap at the back. Amad Diallo has also been ruled out for the remainder of the season, dealing another blow to Manchester United. His injury means a return to the treatment table with no chance of featuring again until the next campaign. It's an unfortunate setback, especially given the bright moments he has shown when fit, but his focus will now be on recovering in time for a fresh start next season. Luke Shaw remains sidelined, with no expected return until April at the earliest. His recovery is ongoing, though there is still no definitive timeline for his comeback. His absence has been keenly felt, leaving Manchester United's defense looking increasingly unsteady. Kobbie Mainoo, the young midfield gem, is stuck on the sidelines too, with a return not expected until mid-March. No specific word from Amorim here, but the timeline speaks volumes. It's a right kicker for the lad. Missing out on more chances to shine feels like being benched for the cup final at school. Fingers crossed he's back soon. Toby Collier is edging closer to a return, offering a rare glimmer of hope for Manchester United. He appears to be the nearest to making a comeback, though there is still no certainty over his availability. Having been sidelined for some time, his return could provide much-needed steel in midfield. United will be hoping he regains full fitness in time to challenge Fulham's midfield. Mason mounts another casualty, laid low by a hamstring niggle with no return date in sight. The boss hasn't shed much light, leaving fans in the dark like a power cut during match of the day. Mount's been a stop-start since arriving, and this latest setback got supporters wondering if he'll ever get a proper run in the side. Patrick Dorgu won't be strutting his stuff either. He's banned after copping a red card for some serious naughtiness on Wednesday night. No quotes from the boss on this one, but you can bet Amorim is fuming. A daft moment cost him, and United will miss his energy against Fulham, suspended like a naughty schoolboy sent to the headmaster's office. Altay Bayender and Johnny Evans have added to Manchester United's injury woes. Bayender remains in recovery, as does Tom Heaton, with no clear indication of when they will return. Meanwhile, Evans continues to struggle with a lower back issue, with no definitive timeline for his comeback. Both are working their way back to fitness, but are not expected to feature against Fulham. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.